Nissan says South Africa will continue to be its hub as it expands across Africa. Its in alliance with Renault, Nissan is the fourth largest automobile manufacturer globally. And like many Japanese manufacturers, it's eyeing African markets that are growing in affluence. To help expand, it's become a major sponsor of the upcoming AFCON Cup in Morocco. Nissan is also one of the first companies to take up incentives offered to manufacturers in Nigeria, similar to those that have attracted several car companies to South Africa. Well, Takashi Hata is a senior vice president at Nissan Motor Company, overseeing Africa and the Middle East and India. I caught up with him earlier today. I started by asking if Nissan is trying to win the hearts of Africans by taking to the soccer pitch.
Very much so. Africa is very important for Nissan, and this is a Nissan decision to support AFCON. And it's a very good timing for us to promote the AFCON together with our new launch of the new brand. Actually, it's a relaunch of the Datsun brand in South Africa, and a new car, Qashqai and X-Trail, which is coming to the Africa, and which is very well accepted. So it's a perfect match.
So what sort of investment is this? How big is it? And what sort of returns do you expect? And how will it help you reach your goal, which I understand is to win more than 8% of sub-Saharan Africa, the market here, by 2016? Where are you right now? How far do you have to go? And what sort of boost will this be?
We actually are very close. Actually, our market share in total Africa is around 7. So we are very close. And as an alliance point of view, together with Renault and Nissan, which we are very close to already 20%, which is clearly a leader of the African market. So we are actually targeting probably more in 2 years' time.
You're trailing Toyota, I understand, in the region as a whole. Are you hoping that Africans will dump Toyota?
Yeah, of course. This is a respectful competitor, the Toyota is, and Toyota has a good actually performance, which I can say so. But of course, we are not shy, and we are a challenger, and I'm very positive to go towards to the area of the Toyota. Yes.
Is Africa really the last frontier for motoring companies like Nissan?
Of course, there are many countries, and there are many uncertainties about the growth. However, yes, the last frontier piece, obviously the population is growing, and more importantly, middle class population is hugely growing. Economic growth is here. So this is just not only for us, Nissan. Everybody is looking for the future.
Some have complained, though, not mentioning particular companies, but there's a perception that emissions targets are very low in Japan, so you can't sell some of the old models, and those are being dumped in Africa, where we're not being marketed to in terms of the new low emissions vehicles. Is that a perception, or is that happening?
No, it's not. It's not. Of course not. Well, first of all, Nissan Motor Company is a leader of the zero-emission vehicles, which is EV, electric vehicles. If we have a chance, we are very positive to introduce as well for the EV. So we do not segregate any of the products to attach to the market. And I'm sure African market is coming towards to this emission-oriented idea. So we are ready.
The big thing here is that you want to expand your operations, and you're looking at Nigeria. They're offering incentives like we do for motor manufacturers. Of course, we want to be the hub. Who will win in that competition? Where will you base your operations as you grow?
Nissan South Africa is already a hub of the growth of Africa. Actually, we opened up a new plant in Nigeria, and our Nissan South Africa is a mother company and a mother plant of this Nigeria. We have a lot of support from here in South Africa, and of course we do have more plan to expand to the eastern area of the African continent as well. More importantly, we have a people, expertise, and which has been educated and created here in South Africa.
Looking at the challenges that South Africa has. Other motor manufacturers have complained of some of the challenges. But looking at the opportunities, we want to be the gateway, and we provide opportunities and incentives. So how do we stack up when you make these sort of investment decisions against other African countries?
Well, every country has independent challenges, and South Africa also have challenges. But we have to use, first of all, this infrastructure, history, and awareness, name of Nissan in South Africa best. And then going forward to cover to the growing the other regions. Once again, we start from here to cover to the rest of Africa.
Is there any engagement going on with South African legislators around, you know, saying make this investment attractive for us?
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually Nissa has a history of making a big investment here in this country, and we commit to keep making investment further. Not only to cover this domestic market, but also to cover the other area of the Africa. Yes, we do.
Hata from Nissan. Well, it was an awful end to the week on the JSE. Shares plunged to a 6-month low as investors sold off markets across the world due to economic growth and other concerns today. And the all-share index losing 2.25%. So quite a hefty fall that we saw today. And financials fell by 1.5%, industrials by nearly 2%. Naspers, with its huge market cap, fell by 4%. The mining boards splashed deep in the red as well. The platinum miners weighing the most. Here they are, and they fell by 4%. The gold miners not far behind that. Anglo Gold down by more than 5%. Impala Plat down by 5%. This didn't help the miners at all. Gold prices fell after 4 days of gains as investors seem to prefer the dollar today, looking for that safe haven. Good news for our petrol price, though, next month possibly is that oil fell to its lowest level since 2010 today. That's the figure we can see here, and that's because Saudi Arabia said it increased production last month. That's fanned speculation of an OPEC price war, which will of course bring that down even further. We'll watch that closely. The rand finally drifting lower against the stronger dollar today, but it's holding steady against the other major currencies, currently at 11.10 to the dollar.